Oi, oi, oi. What's good, YouTube? It is Braydgreen. And as you have read by the title, the question of today is, are you a Diddy? Are you Diddy? Are you a Diddy disciple? I know it sounds like a joke, but that is a real question. And this is something that you guys really need to be asking yourselves, right? Are you a Diddy? Is your brother a Diddy? Your cousin a Diddy? Your sister, your mother, your father, even your grandma could be a Diddy and you might not know it. All right, so first things first, who is P. Diddy? For the people that have been living under a rock and have not heard of the jokes or have not heard of P. Diddy or Sean Diddy Combs, also known as Puff Daddy or aka P. Diddy, is a former rapper, record producer who founded Bad Boys Records. He played a massive role in shaping the 1990s and the 2000s hip-hop, launching the careers of icons like the Notorious B.I.G. and my personal GOAT, Mary J. Blige. So that is what Diddy used to be known for. Now, Diddy is nothing more than a sexual joke, right? His name is literally only used now as a substitute for like the word pause or no homo, because in the year 2025, Diddy was convicted. I'm not gonna get into it all, but he was convicted for being a sexual demon, as one could say, just partaking in so many crazy, evil things. Like, I'm just say Diddy party to sum it up. The Diddy parties, the oil, he was doing a lot of crazy stuff. So I know you're wondering, right? If you're watching this video, you're like, okay, so what does that have to do with me? Why is this random guy on YouTube accusing me of being Diddy? I have done nothing like that, but you have to understand where I am coming from. And to me, Diddy is nothing more than a lustful and greedy spirit. In this video, we are talking about the spirit of Diddy, the spirit of lust and greed, but mostly lust, right? So one concept that I used to struggle with a lot was that all sins are equal, right? So Jesus says in Matthew chapter 5, but I tell you that anyone who looks at a woman lustfully has already committed adultery with her in his heart, because God judges the heart. So if you are fantasizing doing sexual things with a girl in your head, it is the exact same thing in God's eyes as actually doing it, because God judges the heart. And that's not just with sex, that's with anything. That's with fantasizing about killing somebody or fantasizing about stealing, right? Because if you will fantasize about something, if you will take the time out of your day to genuinely want to do something and imagine it vividly, that means that if you had the access, if you had the opportunity to do it and get away with it, you would do it. Now, the word fantasizing means mentally imagining or daydreaming about pleasant, exciting, or idealized scenarios. It involves creating vivid mental pictures of things you wish were true. Now, on to my main part of the video. Gooning is nothing but fantasizing.
And if you are a gooner, if you are a D1 gooner, you are basically Diddy. Hold on, let me cook.
So just like it said in Matthew chapter 5, verse 28, that if you even think or fantasize about having intercourse with a woman, then you are committing adultery already. And to me, I know a lot of people like to say money changes a person, but I don't believe that. I believe that money only enhances who you already are. It gives you access to do the things that you've always been wanting to do, but you just kept it inside, you kept it a secret, right? But when you have money, now you have the access to do these things. So before, when you would have let's say, when you would fantasize about killing somebody or, you know, having intercourse with somebody, maybe you couldn't do it. Maybe you didn't have money or access to women, but now you can call up a woman whenever you want because you got money, you have access, you have fame. Or if you want to unalive somebody, now you can do it and you don't have to worry about, you know, maybe going to jail because you have the money, you have the access to get away with it. You know, people that have money are over the law. So now that you have money, you are now able to bring your evil fantasies to life. And I believe that once you have the money and access to then validate and feed your demon the food that it wants, it's always going to want more, and it will never be satisfied. That is the lust and greed demon. It just wants to consume and consume and consume until it takes over your body, until eventually having normal sex with one person isn't enough for you. Now you want two. Now you want three. Now that's not enough. Now women aren't enough. Now here you are in your house with 10,000 bottles of baby oil, and now you got a Diddy party to host in the morning, right? It starts small. It starts off with you just fantasizing about it until you get money and access, until then it starts off with you just having one girl. Then that's not enough. Now you have two. Now you have three. Now it's not enough. Now you have 1,000,000 bottles of baby oil in your crib, dog. Right? Everything correlates. There are no coincidences. And this is exactly why I don't think you should be in such a rush to get money. Don't rush to get money, rush to get your mind right. Right? And this is why selling your soul is so much worse than what people think, because it gives you access to money before God could properly prepare you for it. But that's a topic for a whole different video. This video would be 30 minutes long if I got into that. Now, I know you're probably worried. I know you're probably scared. I know you're like, oh no, if I keep up what I'm doing, I'm going to have 10,000 bottles of Diddy oil in my room if I don't change my ways. Well, don't worry. I have the fix for you. I have the solution. I have the fix on how to not become overtaken by the evil spirit of lust, aka Diddy. Now, I've had my fair share of experiences with lust. And me personally, the only thing that has helped me overcome that was God. You have to turn to God. Like, I guarantee you, I have tried everything and nothing has worked but God. Now, you might be different. You might have that dog in you, but not me. I got that God in me, and that was the only thing that worked for me. So first things first, you have to understand why lust is bad and what is it trying to distract you from doing. A lot of the times, lust, greed, and other demons and sinful acts, they come to distract you from your purpose. The main point of sin is to pull you away from God's purpose, right? That's all it wants to do. So you have to understand why it is attacking you and your triggers, right? So most people, they turn to lust when they're nervous, when they're anxious, when they're overstimulated, or the worst of all, the people that just do it for fun. Like, if you just doing it for fun, you cook. I ain't gonna lie, like, you really gotta lock in, buddy. You at that point, dog. But yes, you have to find those triggers. You have to understand when it attacks and why. And when it does attack, my advice for you is to go and pray, go for a walk, and then push through it. You got to have that God in you. You have to understand what it is attacking you for and why you have to overcome it, right? Because the worst thing you can do is partake in lust and not understand the negative effects that it is having on you and your future. Like, not only is it obviously pushing you away from God and your purpose and distracting you from the things that you need to be doing, it is also giving away your spiritual energy, right? It's giving away your creative energy. You need that. So my advice to all the people that are struggling with lust and greed and that have a gooning addiction, my advice to you is to turn to God, is to read the Bible, or at the very least, just understand that it's not good for you to keep doing what you're doing, right? Understand why that those lustful desires come to you when they do, right? Understanding and knowing why you are being attacked, that is the first step. And the second step is doing something about it. So I hope that I can help you guys. I hope that this has maybe stopped a Diddy disciple right in his tracks. Maybe he's seen this video, he or she. It's a lot of she Diddies too. Yes, there's a lot of women Diddies, bro. You gotta watch out for them too. But hopefully this video came across a Diddy disciple. It came across someone that is struggling with lust. And yeah, I really hope, like, I know it's like, in a way I'm joking, but really I'm dead serious. Like, you need to take this serious. It is a very serious thing. The effects of partaking in lust and greed are very serious. All sin leads to ruin. It all leads to your downfall, just how you seen with Diddy. Right, he was at the top. He thought he was untouchable, but all sin leads to what? Death. So, yeah, although this video is kind of funny in a way, like the name Diddy, of course, that's funny. But in all seriousness, really listen to what I'm saying and turn to God. Don't turn to lust when you are stressed. Don't turn to lust when things are going wrong or when things aren't looking too good, because that is what the devil wants. He wants to bring you away from your purpose. Right? So y'all lock in. I hope this video helped you. And if you can, please send this video to another Diddy disciple who seriously could benefit from hearing this. For real, for real. So I love y'all. Y'all be blessed.